Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today, you guys, I want to take a look at what is going on with Kristi Noem. So Kristi Noem, I'm filming this Wednesday about 6 p.m., maybe 6:30 p.m. And yesterday on Tuesday, Kristi Noem was taken to the hospital. She was hospitalized for what they say was an allergic reaction. Now, as someone who does suffer from severe allergies, I have a tree nut allergy. I totally understand how easy it would be for her to, have an allergic reaction and be hospitalized. However, it was disclosed later that earlier in the day, she was at a lab that had been a problematic lab. They had been looking at it. There were biohazard issues. And it seems like shortly after she visited that lab is when she was hospitalized. So I want to take a look and see, was she hospitalized because of an allergic reaction, or was she exposed to some kind of biohazard? As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinions, and be kind in the comment section down below. If you don't have anything nice to say, please refrain from saying anything at all. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I want to do is just look at the general energy of the situation. What is going on with Kristi Noem? Was this an allergy or was this a biohazard? Let's take a look and see. Queen of Wands reversed. So I feel like this is Kristi's energy right out of the gate. This is somebody who is lacking values, lacking virtue, okay? The challenge is the world. This is completion of something. Completion. The World card is a card that talks about success. So her challenge is success. Okay, let's see what's going on here. The energy where she's coming from is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a very this is thoughts, right? This is very striking ideas, a very quick thought, very deep thought. Queen of Swords energy is the energy of knowledge, okay? This is very high achieving energy typically. I'm wondering where this is going. This is interesting. Okay, so the energy where this is going is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card all about accomplishment or making plans, being on the move. The energy or the aim, the goal of this is the Three of Swords. This is the card of a couple different things. This can be heartbreak or grief. This can also be using logic over emotions because swords are logic cards. So they may be saying, hey, we need to use our logic over our emotions and keep certain things quiet. Okay. What we don't see coming here is the Devil card. The Devil card is a card of manipulation. The Devil is a card of being bound to something. It's a card of being tempted. So I do believe the story is a manipulation. Okay, so it's not just as simple as she had an allergic reaction. The energy is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about having very strong opposition. So there are people that are going to be looking into this. This isn't the end of the story. There will be more information that comes out. Now, a lot of things are being kind of tamped down in the mainstream media. So just know, you might not hear a lot about it, but there is going to be more to this story. The environment is the Magician. This is smoke and mirrors. This is like trying to make things appear a certain way. This is using these tools to sort of give the illusion that something else is going on. Okay. The hope or the fear is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card that talks about having lots of possibilities and being confused and also being tempted. So there's just a lot of stuff going on here with Kristi Noem. The final outcome for this situation is the Fool card. So I feel like this is a new journey. This could mean that there is going to be new information, new stories. This story takes on a new life of its own, a new path. But this could also be just moving on, because this is something new. Now, the Fool card can also be about taking risks. So this could be they're taking a risk, not talking about what actually happened to her and making it seem more like it was this allergic reaction. Now, what I want to look at is what's coming next for Kristi Noem. What is coming next for Kristi Noem? Because she just is not, I don't know. After watching the whole, I mean, I've not been impressed with her, with any of Trump's cabinet people, but I don't know. The Alex Padilla, the senator who was arrested at one of her press conferences in the FBI building, that just really left a bad taste in my mouth, even worse than there already was, you know? So I just want to see, let's look at Kristi Noem's future in her current role as Homeland Security, Secretary of Homeland Security. See what's going on with Kristi Noem. If you guys are ever curious to know what decks I'm using, if you click on the comment section, or excuse me, the description box below this video, there is a link to my website, which is just bobbiereads.com. On my website, there is a page that has all of the different decks that I use. Now, I've had a lot of new people watching my videos lately or coming to my channel. Please know all of the decks I use are on my website. Okay, so if you don't see it, I've been getting comments saying that different decks aren't on my website. They're all there. I promise you. I promise you. Just, you know, look through the pictures, go slower, look again, because they're all there. But that, if you ever want to know what cards I'm using, that's where you can look. Also, if you're interested in booking your own tarot reading with me, you can do that on my website as well. I do recorded readings and live readings. So please make sure that you're paying attention to what you're purchasing, so that you know what you're purchasing. Okay, let's take a look at Kristi Noem. So we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a decision that has to be made, and this is trying to find balance. This is having prospects and possibilities. I do think she's going to have options once she leaves the administration, but I don't necessarily know that they're going to be options in politics. She could end up doing something different, like, I don't know, being like a Fox News commentator, something like that. Her challenge is her ego and the egos of everybody, but she really suffers from her desire to look a certain way. She very much places such a huge emphasis on the way that she looks, her external appearance, and I think she's really, for entertainment purposes only, very, very insecure and does not feel good about herself, which is sad because, you know, I mean, she's very plasticky, but she's a pretty woman, you know? Okay, the energy that she's coming from is the Four of Pentacles reversed. The Four of Pentacles reversed is, it's being overly materialistic, okay? Being overly concerned about possessions. Well, we can clearly see that just by looking at her. The energy where she's going is the Two of Swords reversed. The Two of Swords reversed is a card that's about deception or being blind to deception and manipulation. So she is not only going to deceive, but she's going to be deceived by others. Does anyone know, is she still running around with Corey Lewandowski? He was trouble. Okay, so the aim is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is conflict. It's being defeated. It's profiteering. So she's definitely profiting off of this current role and the terrible things that she's doing. What she doesn't see coming is the Lovers reversed. The Lovers reversed is about the splitting up of a partnership. This can be like a moral question too. So this could be her splitting up with the Trump regime eventually, or it could just be her moral decisions really being called into question because they're very questionable. The energy is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a card that talks about being insecure. It also is a card of miscommunication. So I do think that there's going to be, I think there already is miscommunication. I know there already is miscommunication within the Trump regime, but I think there's going to be, we're going to see bigger examples of that. So a big example right now of what's going on is like Trump, not with Kristi Noem, but like an example is how Trump is he's saying he's like anti-war. He's the no new wars president, but then he's getting us into a new conflict with Iran. So it's very like, it's like very contradictory. There's going to be something like that having to do with Kristi Noem on a bigger scale that probably has to do with immigration. The environment is the Ten of Swords reversed. This is all about suffering and endings and retaliation. It's very bad energy, the environment that she's in. Hopes or fears is the Magician. Obviously, she wants to create this life. She's wanting to manifest this life that is whatever she hopes and aspires to, right? She knows what she wants her life to look like, and that's what she's desperately trying to do. She's trying to get there. But I think what she wants is actually kind of not good. I think most of us would look at that and say, wow, like that's what you're aspiring to. But that is definitely, that's where she's trying to go. Now, her final outcome for her time in the Trump regime is going to end with the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card of having possibilities, but being confused. This is temptation. It's also a card of abandonment. So she could walk away. She could be offered something and she walks away. Or when the Trump regime starts to fall, there could be something and she might jump ship prior. Like as the ship is sinking, she might jump ship. That is definitely the vibe I'm getting for her there. Okay, so what is life going to look like for Kristi Noem after her time with the Trump administration? What is Kristi Noem's life going to look like after she leaves office? Let's just see what we can get here. Please don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. It's a great way to help out my channel. And also, if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is free and it is a fantastic way to help out my channel. Okay, you guys, so let's see what Kristi Noem's life is going to be like after she leaves the Trump regime. And she moves on with her life. We have the High Priestess reverse. This is all duplicity, lies, and secrets. Stuff is not going to go good for her. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Again, her ego is getting in the way. She had 10 of Pentacles energy. If she would have stayed put with her husband, there was happiness there. There was success there. But she was chasing this financial dream. And even more than that, I think chasing recognition. And it's put her into the position where she is today and where she's going. Where she's going is the world reverse. This is not achieving what she's trying to set out to achieve. She is not going to achieve her goals. Whatever it is that she's trying to do, the legacy she's trying to leave or the goal she's trying to accomplish, she is not going to get there. Her destiny is the Five of Swords reversed. The Five of Swords reversed is a card that talks about unnecessary conflict. Her destiny, her legacy is going to be all of the unnecessary conflict that arose out of these terrible immigration policies. Look at the National Guard in the streets and the Marines. I mean, this conflict has been a direct result of her agenda and policies. What she doesn't see coming after she leaves the Trump administration is she is going to have strength. Interesting. The Strength card is a card about finding compassion or having endurance. I wonder if there's something that's going to happen in her life that's going to force her into a position where she has compassion basically forced upon her. Her energy is the Hermit reversed. The Hermit card reversed is a card that's all about ignorance and immaturity. She does not know what she's doing. We know that when she was asked before the house, I think it was the House, what habeas corpus is, and she had no idea. She does not know what she's doing. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed anyway. Her environment is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Eight of Pentacles reverse is like being in a job that you're not good at, squandering your resources. She is in over her head. She's working, but she does not know what she's doing. This is a terrible fit for her. And when she leaves the administration, she is not going to fare any better. She's going to remain in these situations where she's, in over her head. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's squandering her talents and her skills and her resources. Her hope or her fear, the Emperor. I think her hope is that Trump's going to propel her to where she wants to be. She's riding his coattails. Even the chair is red. It's that, that Republican red. And her final outcome after she leaves the Trump administration and has been done with her life is the Four of Wands. This is a card of social unrest. This is a forced timeout. That's interesting. Is she going to end up going to jail or being brought up on charges for something? Let's take a look at that. And you know what? I'm going to do a shuffle, but then I just want to get some flyers coming out of the deck here. So we're going to shuffle like this. Okay, so can we get 3 cards? Will Kristi Noem end up getting in trouble for some of the things that she's done? Okay, so we have the King of Swords, we have the Five of Cups reversed, and we have the Hanged Man reversed. The King of Swords is a very, it's a tyrant. It's an authoritarian figure. It's someone who's very, very strong. And then we have the Five of Cups reversed. The Five of Cups reversed is a card that talks about loss, sadness, regrets, mourning. And then the Hanged Man reversed is this card of martyrdom. We keep getting it. I'm wondering if the King of Swords isn't someone that has the legal authority to bring her up on charges. I would not be surprised if she doesn't face some legal consequences for what she has done. That's really interesting. I could definitely see that. Huh. Okay, you guys, let's do this. We're going to switch, here, and we are going to move to the Starseed Oracle. And what I want to look at is what information or guidance or advice from Spirit do we have when it comes to dealing with Kristi Noem? Because I know I see her on the news, see her face, you know, all over the place with her little cosplay Barbie stuff. And I think we all just have all the feelings that we have. So what advice can we get from Spirit on how to deal with Kristi Noem and whatever, you know, energy she's bringing? Okay, let's see. Can we get 1 card, please? We have 2 cards. We have You're Not For Everyone, and we have Star Keeper. Okay, so we're going to start with You're Not For Everyone. This says, embrace your weirdness, face your true north. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them, and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means that you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. I love that, you guys. And honestly, I think that this card maybe was a little bit for me as well. How many of you guys feel like this card was just for you? I've been struggling lately just being so public on social media. It puts you a little more in the public eye than I'm used to. And I've really been struggling with that. But this card is so fantastic because it's like, you know what, no matter what you do in life, there are going to be people who you're not their cup of tea. And it does not matter. It's okay. You don't have to be everyone's cup of tea because the people that are meant to be in your life, the people that you're meant to interact with, the people who are meant to hear your message, they're going to hear your message no matter what. And man, I needed to hear this message. How many of you guys needed to hear this message too? Okay, and then the last card we have is Star Keeper. This says, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. You're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all of its species is coming to a head. The more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted in your soul. The more fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps by taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. You're here for a double mission: to grow as an individual and as part of a larger collective that's bringing about a shift in frequency. Trust that you can be in the world but not of it, and lead to a truly glorious life. Okay, this brings me to something that I want to address too. So I did a reading yesterday that it was a little heavier. It was like life after Trump, and it was pretty dark. And listen, I know it's tough, right? But it is what's coming, in my opinion. Okay. And so the reason that I talk about that and put out that information is to help people to prepare. Okay. If you're here right now, you're here. You chose to be here at this time for exactly this double mission that the Star Keeper card talks about. You chose to be here. Now, I have noticed in the comment section that people, when they see the heavier stuff, like the video yesterday about what's coming, I've seen a lot of like people that leave really negative comments. And I get that because it can feel overwhelming. But what I would encourage you to do, if your reaction is, well, this is going to be terrible and I'm going to suffer and it's going to be bad for me, then let me tell you, this is going to be terrible. You are going to suffer and this is going to be bad for you. And I know that sounds really harsh, and some people might actually be upset, and I'm really sorry because that's not my intention. I'm not saying it to be hurtful or to put people off. I'm saying it because I need people to wake up. Because if you look at the life from that viewpoint, then that is what you're going to get. Let me tell you guys, I was a single mom with 4 kids who had escaped a terrible relationship and had nothing. And my life today is completely different. I put myself through college. I have a steady job. My kids are great. Things are good. I did not sit back and wait for the universe to do that for me. I said, this life is hard and it's tough and it sucks. And if I want it to be better, I got to do everything I can in my power to make my life and my situation better. So now's the time. You're being called. What can you do to improve your circumstances? You have the power. I do not want to hear that you don't have the power, because you do. If you say you don't, it's you're choosing not to. Okay? We have the power to create anything in our lives that we desire. I am living proof of that. So I'm saying this to hopefully inspire you guys. Okay. And one of the first things I would say is if you have not read the book, The Secret, start there. Read the book, The Secret. If you don't want to read the book, go find the movie. The movie is like word for word the book. You can find it. I think it might even be on YouTube, maybe, but I know it was on Netflix. But find it and get that information. That's going to be your first step to helping you figure out. I mean, you want a game plan for how to survive and thrive what's coming? Start with that book. That's going to be the first step. Because I want to give you guys, I don't just want to warn you of what's coming. I want to give you guys practical information that you can, choose to use and improve your circumstances and your situation. And the best entry to understanding how all of this stuff works is The Secret. Start there. Okay, you guys. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if this was helpful. Also, let me know, I don't know if I could read The Secret and then post it for my members. I don't know if there's like copyright stuff there, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys want to know more about The Secret. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I want to thank you for giving me some grace and just, hearing me out. Because I know sometimes the things I say can be like a little tough love. But it's because I love and care about you all and want you to have the best experience possible, that I'm giving you this tough love. So anyway, with that being said, thank you again so much for hanging out with me, you guys. I appreciate you so much. All of you that leave sweet comments in the comment section, I want to thank you so much. You guys make my whole day, and I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. Thank you so much again, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.